come to you live on EA Sports. And tonight, it's a Windy City special. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bull. It's Jay Williams.
Ed, we're talking about the best of the best. These guys on the court represent less than 0.001% of the world. I can't wait to see this star-studded affair.
Jay, you know the feeling as the 10 players take the court and we get ready for the opening tip. Irving and it's Zubats with the rebound. To Leonard. Beverly. Misfires. It's no good. To Jordan. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
Deep two there. Won't go. Durant with the basketball up top. Lead is 2. Knocks it down.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Passed it off. Goes to the right side. George buries the wide open 3. That's too easy. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Kyrie with the rock. Doesn't get the bounce. To Paul George. Strong finisher, Paul George.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Not that time.
And he usually makes a living on shots like that. But sometimes, maybe it's just not your night.
Spencer Dinwiddie with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Jordan out of bounds. Last touch by DeAndre Jordan. Leonard. His first effort off the mark. Durant across the timeline. Looking to make something. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Baseline drive. Jared Allen sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And that one out of bounds off a net. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. George. He made his first effort, but not that time. To Irving. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
He'll get it down low to Harold. Kicks it outside to George. Fires the 3, and Paul George good on the quick release there.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Irving. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. Time for the bench to step up. Kenny Atkinson knows it, making some moves. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, 2 of 4 now.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
Here's Irving into the front court. It's 12-10. And Kevin Durant, all in one motion, hits it off the catch and shoot.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse, the kick out for, guess what, another one.
And he scores. Jay, how do you stop that?
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Durant with the basketball up top. Down 4. No good. Here's Leonard for 2. Add 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
3 at the buzzer is good. And a fitting close to this one. They're right back in it after 1 quarter of play. First quarter down as we get ready to start the second. Boy, you talk about offensive efficiency, it was really high.
Both teams are on fire, but speaking of competitive juices, one of the beautiful things that we heard during the timeout, in a team huddle, you heard multiple voices that weren't the coach saying how much more they needed to fight in order to win this game. Oh, trust me, the intensity level is going to pick up a couple of notches.
No good and no foul, and they call it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Here comes some changes. Kenny Atkinson turning to his reserves.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Into the front court, it's Irving. Margins 8. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
To Durant. Fires the 3, and Kevin Durant nails it from downtown. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And Paul George, not sure why they left him that wide open, takes advantage.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Beyond the arc for 3, buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 23, Louis Williams.
Williams gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Time to shuffle things up.
For the Brooklyn Nets, number 00.
Irving. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And finishes strong.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
To Leonard. 4-3. Kawhi Leonard in his own world. Nobody near him. He sinks it for 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Lets it fly from long range. Oh, good offense, beating good defense.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
And stuffs it home. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
And destroys the rim. That's what DeAndre Jordan does. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
And Kawhi Leonard, good on the quick release there.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Durant against George. Shot from the lane won't go. To Williams. Nothing going here on that drive.
In the second quarter.
George, he engulfed him that time.
Oftentimes, one of the ways to negate one of the best shooters in the game is to make him work off the ball. By making him work, you're taking his legs away from that shot.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Durant, tough matchup against George. Here's a chance from long range. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. To Williams. Paul George. Out of bounds. Last touch by DeAndre Jordan. The opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own.
Number 20.
George, he continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
From long range, shakes free and hits.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
George, that misses with 3 seconds left. Late heave to beat the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. George, that's how you defend.
Give the defense some credit here. He killed them in the first half, driving and scoring at will. But now, it's lockdown time.
Irving. George, he's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. And Jay, they call the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Beverly, that's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Irving. He was all over him.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Irving. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Kawhi Leonard, defended by Kevin Durant. Drills the three.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Irving can't connect to Jordan. And George able to gobble up the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down?
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
To Durant. George, well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
To Leonard. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Durant. And it's Leonard there to clear the rebound. Strong finish for Paul George.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Durant. No good. That's great defense. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
I got him. Here we go.
Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. Nope. First one does not go. And he hits the second. Irving with the basketball. His guy's down big. Slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
First one goes down. 2 for 2 on that trip. Kawhi Leonard, and he drains it.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Durant, and it's good.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality, positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
To Williams. George. Deep right corner. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Durant. Textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Team foul number 3, Brooklyn Nets.